The three factors affecting price are demand, costs, and competition. Marketing managers try to take all these into account in setting the price. But since this is not always feasible, they usually work with one of the following methods. Number 1, demand oriented pricing. Number 2, cost oriented pricing. Or number 3, competition oriented pricing. Now we talk on these three elements of setting the price. First, we take up price by demand. Managers of new products often use demand oriented pricing because the initial price influences the demand for the product. It can determine how fast the target market is penetrated. For example, a high price slows demand for a new product, and a low one can attract extra customers or those with lower incomes or those with desires for the product are weaker. Both high and low prices have different advantages. You skim the cream pricing and penetration pricing are two opposite ways for the managers of new products to find these advantages. Skim the cream pricing is setting a high initial price to get high profits quickly. This strategy relies on the fact that some buyers are willing to pay a much higher price than others. The reasons range from status seeking to product quality. Later, the initial price may be reduced gradually. Then, penetration pricing is setting a low initial price to attract as many buyers as possible. Home trash competitors are an example. The first manufacturers set prices low enough to discourage early competition from their manufacturers, and odd pricing is setting a price of say $3.95 instead of 400. Consumers supposedly focus on the first digit. This strategy was originally used for low-priced items to force retail clerks to ring up the sale on the cash register to make change. This prevented them from pocketing the money themselves when waiting on customers who were in a hurry, paid the exact amount, and did not bother to wait for their sales receipt. Then there is price by cost. Marketing managers who deal with a large number of products find that estimating the demand for each item separately is too expensive and time consuming. So instead, they use the cost oriented pricing method. This can involve either standard markup pricing or cost plus percentage of cost pricing. Standard markup pricing used by most retailers means adding a fixed price to the cost of all items in the same product class. The percentage varies depending on the type of retail store and on the type of product. High volume products usually have smaller markups than low volume products. For example, a supermarket might have a standard markup of 10% on the cost of dairy products, which are fast moving items. Thus, if it is paid its supplier $1 per dozen eggs, the supermarket's selling price would be $1.10. On spices, a slow moving item, the markup might be 20% or more. The markups must cover overhead costs that is store rent, manager's salary, and so on, plus the profit. Then there is cost plus percentage of cost pricing. This is often used for one or few of a kind of items. For example, an architect may charge a fee of 13% of the construction costs of a house. Thus, whether the house costs 80,000 or $280,000, the architect's fee remains a fixed 13%. Now we move on to the third element of price setting is price by competition. Sometimes managers set prices based on what all competitors or one or a few competitors charge. Farmers selling wheat and investors selling IBM stock deal with market or competition oriented pricing. Going rate below market, above market, loss leader, and sealed bid pricing are examples. Soap and detergent manufacturers often match their competitors' prices following a policy of going rate pricing. Discount stores and grocery chains usually use below market pricing for their private brands to make them more competitive with nationally known brands. Boutiques and specialty stores often choose above market pricing. They can get premium prices because of the special attention and services they provide. Then there is loss leader pricing. This is another strategy used by some retail stores is a policy of advertising well-known goods at prices below the going rate. These few advertised goods are intended to attract customers in the hope that once they are in the store, they will buy not only the loss leaders but the more conventionally priced goods as well. Supermarket meat specials or milk specials are examples. Sealed bid pricing, widely used in government purchases, requires administrators to prepare a precise written specification of what they want and then ask interested manufacturers to submit sealed bids. These bids are then opened and read aloud, and the contract is awarded to the company with the lowest bid. This method is designed to ensure fair and open competition. The winning bidder must deliver the contracted items at the bid price, even if the contract price does not cover costs. Log on to my website www.asifjmeer.com. I also invite you to visit my blog at asifjmeer.wordpress.com. Have a wonderful day.